As you mentioned, our company was started 66 years ago in 1958 by my late father. At that time, he was mostly selling a little bit of intan jewelries, diamonds, colored stones, and a little bit of gold. That was the first part of our business. And in the late 80s, I joined the business. And from then on, we went into retail. Our first shop that was opened in Kuala Lumpur was in Semua House in Masjid, India. In '98, we became the first jeweler to be listed in the stock exchange. The last 66 years has been a great journey for us, starting from a humble beginning in Pitt Street, Penang, to where we are today. So we are a little bit diversified with more than just the jewelry business. Today it's not just about retail, but also e-commerce is a very important part of our business that we have gone into. Okay, in Malaysia, people buy jewelry for two reasons. One is adornment as well as investment. Gold has always been a very popular item when people buy. It has got a very important element of investment. So we have done a lot of research and we have come up with designs that are unique. A lot of the different designs globally you can find in 9 karat gold, 18 karat gold, but people do not make it in 22 karat gold. So we were one of the first to make 22 karat gold, or a 916 gold in Malaysia, as we call it, in Italy. So that's one of the milestone that we have. And actually the value of these gemstones is also been going up. What we always wanted to do is to educate our consumers. We never consider ourselves as the salespeople, but we consider ourselves as consultants. When someone wants to buy jewelry especially, they want to buy from someone they can trust. So that's a very important element in our business. There's 4 elements in everything that we do. Number 1 is we must make sure that anything that we do has got quality. And number 2 is the creativity. The third one is it's got to have modernity. The fourth is a little bit more challenging. It's got to be timeless. But at the same time, we ask this question, in 50 years' time, for example, is this product going to be relevant? So it's got to be a timeless design. So these are the 4 elements that we look at to make ourselves differentiate. We always think that a foreigner or someone else is better than us. We don't have that self-confidence. Anything that comes from overseas, they're willing to pay a much higher price. But if it is coming from Malaysia, they want to get the lowest price because they feel that the Malaysian items or Malaysians are not good enough. So one of the things that we want to change is we want to put Malaysia in the map of the world. So what we would love to do is we want to be a brand that Malaysians can be proud of. We are as good or even better than anybody else in this world. I think what is most important is it's not about what we want to do, it is about what the customers want. E-commerce is something that I'm quite surprised. So it has become a very big element of our business. In the e-commerce, it is equally important, and we are able to answer questions and get feedback from customers. And online is also quite interesting because there's a lot of data that we can get from online. So from there we can cater to what the customers want. But if someone is getting married and they want something very special, it's a special occasion and they were involved from up to the design to everything, That's the full experience. We always make sure that we get from the ethical source. This entire industry is based on trust. We also try to do things that are different from anybody else. There are always some new mines that are opening, there are new stones that are coming out from the mines. We are always looking for the best, not just the best products all over the world, but also for the right price. What we want to do is we want to have world-class product at the lowest price. So that's what Malaysians want, right? So we will give it to them. During the first part of 2020, when pandemic was, we were having lockdowns and all that, the demand for diamonds is dropped. So generally what happened is a lot of the diamond manufacturers had a lot of workers, but the demands dropped. So they started coming out with synthetic diamonds. These are not real, it's made in the lab. They make it sound very sexy, they call it lab-grown diamond. and they were selling at huge profit and say that it is exactly the same, element is all the same and is environment friendly, all these kind of things. And there is not much value in this. The foundation of the business is honesty and sincerity. We do not want to make money out of of these kind of things, or misery of others. Going back to the foundation of the business, right? In Malaysia, people buy for two reasons: investment and adornment. So where is the investment element here? I'm very, very glad that I made that decision to stick to my guns and say that no, we will only deal with natural stones. The gold price has gone up now, and we're expecting the gold price to be strong throughout this year. The gold price did not go up that much all this while is because the interest rate, especially in the US, was pretty high. It will really depends globally, especially with the US. If the interest rates start coming down, we can see that the gold price will be going up. The second thing is also ringgit. If the interest rate in US, if it is down, I think ringgit will also strengthen. It sort of balances out. So our ringgit is stronger, then we don't have to pay as much for gold as in US dollars. So we are closely watching that. I personally hope that there will be no tax, luxury tax for jewelry. I think this should be encouraged because this is some form of savings. So we should not be taxing savings. Savings is something that we should be encouraged. The outlook is going to depend on the implementation of the tax. If there is no tax, then the jewelry business will be a very strong for this year. Is something that we expect. We are not too interested to open up many different shops all over the country. We always open all the landmark places and also important places. As I said earlier, we always look at from the customer point of view. So we can be of service, we want to be there. And I think this year is also a year that as a company, we are looking very seriously to expand ourselves outside Malaysia in a bigger way. We'll probably look at Singapore, Indonesia, perhaps later on, Philippines and Thailand. We are very proud to be a Malaysian brand. We have done very well, and we should be proud of ourselves. Business is not just about P&L or revenue and all this kind of thing. That's the last thing that we look at. What we want to see is we want to make a significant difference in the life of our people. And also we have started, or we have invested in this space called Harta, means Habib for the action of the revival of tradition and art. When people go in and have a look at the jewelleries that we have, the Malaysian antique jewelleries, they are really proud to see how advanced our designs were, how advanced our tastes, and how we used to dress with pride. So we really want to bring that pride. And then we also have exhibitions of art. For example, the artists, how wonderful, how talented they are, to the general public at large. We try to communicate to them and to show how great and talented our people are. So this is something that, as a brand, that we would like to see.